All right, let's talk about something we've all seen, right? That brilliant idea that just fizzles out. The journey from that first spark to a real, lasting business, man, it is a tough one. And a lot of the time, the difference between making it and breaking it really just comes down to one thing: having a solid foundation right from the get-go. So the big question is, how do you actually get that right?
And that right there is really the heart of the matter. In today's world, a great idea, it's just the price of admission. It gets you in the door, but it absolutely does not guarantee you're going to win the game. So, okay, if a brilliant idea isn't enough anymore, what is?
Well, this brings us to what we could call the modern founder's dilemma. It's that classic battle, vision versus execution. You see this huge gap where so many amazing ideas just get lost. Founders, they've got all the passion in the world, right? But they get completely tangled up in the how. So let's break down the 3 main reasons this actually happens.
Okay, first up, it's all passion but no plan. I mean, you've got all the drive and energy in the world, but there's no roadmap. And without a clear structure, you just end up burning fuel, kind of going in circles. You're mistaking all that motion for actual progress.
Second big reason, you're literally fighting your own tools. Using the wrong tech creates so much friction, right? Suddenly, every simple little task becomes this huge, complex chore. And look, the goal isn't to have all the trendiest new apps. The goal is to have a tech stack that actually works for you, not against you. And finally, the third one, a weak digital presence. Think about it. Today, your website, your social media, that is your storefront. It's the first thing people see. And if it looks unprofessional or all over the place, you're losing credibility before a potential customer even has a clue what you do. That trust, it's built online first. So, the big question is, how do you bridge that gap between the idea and the execution? Well, let's take a look at a framework that's actually designed to solve this exact problem. It was developed by a company called Vigorsophic, and their whole model, it's built specifically to tackle these challenges and help founders build businesses that are truly future-ready.
Yeah, and their mission gets straight to the point. It's all about guiding businesses to work smarter, grow faster, and last longer. And this isn't just buzzwords, right? It's not just about getting launched. Work smarter, that directly tackles that tech friction we talked about. Grow faster, that's all about solving the lack of structure. And last longer, that's 100% about building that sustainable credibility right from day one.
And what's cool is that this approach, it applies pretty much across the whole business life cycle. It doesn't matter if you're an early-stage founder just sketching out an idea on a napkin, or a startup that's trying to find its footing, or even an established company that's looking to optimize for the long haul. Okay, so how do they actually translate that mission into action? Well, it all comes down to this really clear strategic framework they've built. It's based on 3 core pillars, and you can think of this as the roadmap for turning that big vision into a sustainable reality.
So here they are. It all starts with Pillar 1, business structure and strategy. Then you move to Pillar 2, smart technology enablement. And finally, Pillar 3, building that online presence and credibility. You see how it flows? It's a really logical path, taking you from building the foundation all the way to scaling up.
All right, let's dive into that first pillar. This is all about turning that initial chaos into clarity. This is the stage where those big, messy, ambitious ideas get transformed into an organized, actionable blueprint. It's really about replacing all the guesswork with a clear direction, so that every single move you make is intentional and helps build towards a specific goal. Next up, Pillar 2 is all about mastering your tools. And again, this isn't about chasing every shiny new app that pops up. No way. It's about strategically choosing the technology that automates and streamlines your unique workflow. When you do that, the right tech becomes this incredibly powerful asset. It frees you up to focus on what really matters, growth, instead of getting bogged down in tedious processes. And that brings us to the third pillar, which is where it all comes together online. Look, this is not about getting one viral TikTok video that everyone forgets about tomorrow. It's about building a professional, solid digital foundation that actually inspires trust and credibility. We're talking about a presence that's designed for long-term relevance, not just chasing those short-lived trends. But of course, a strategy is only as good as your ability to execute it, right? So let's look at how all of this theory becomes tangible. How do you connect the right strategy to the right technology to make it all happen? And this is where the rubber meets the road. Instead of just leaving founders to get lost in the confusing maze of software out there, they actually connect them with proven platforms. So, for example, let's say you need to sell products online. They can help you set up a marketplace with a tool like Sawasoko. Or maybe you need to build a community. They'll get your email marketing running with Moosend. Or what if you want to create training materials? They can build that out using something like LearnWorlds.
You see, it's all about choosing the right tool for the right job and making sure it all fits within that cohesive strategy.
Ultimately, this whole framework, it really boils down to a single philosophy: building to last. It's a fundamental shift in mindset, really. It's about moving away from just chasing those quick, short-term wins and instead focusing on creating a resilient business that can actually weather storms and, stand the test of time.
And this comparison here, it really just captures the difference perfectly. On one side, you've got that disorganized growth, right? A weak foundation that gets totally scattered by the first sign of trouble. But on the other side, you have something planted on solid ground, something that's truly ready to grow. So this approach is all about building that solid foundation, choosing structure over guesswork and sustainability over shortcuts. And having that foresight, it helps you avoid that super painful, super costly process of having to rebuild everything from scratch down the road.
Oh, and it's also worth pointing out that their work is backed by the broader digital expertise of their parent company, Alreflections. So that just adds another whole layer of experience and credibility to their strategic approach.
And all this brings us right back to you. When you look at your own project or your own business, the real question isn't just, is this a good idea? The bigger question is it built to last? Is it really built on a solid foundation of structure, smart technology, and real credibility? Because that is the difference between a fleeting idea and a truly lasting impact.